Jagadguru obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayana. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. Our topic is the Bhagavad Gītā, the spiritual revolution of the Bhagavad Gītā. And this is the most comprehensive exposition of the Bhagavad Gītā in the world today. But before we do an exposition, I want all of us to maintain a moment of silence. The Sri Narayan Dham acknowledges the passing of Mosiuoa Lekota. And I'm going to pay tribute to him in this discourse, as he was an integral part in the freedom that we enjoy today. Although we are not fully liberated, we are still shackled economically. We have freedom to traverse our own country whenever we feel like and wherever we feel. And Terra Lekota was one of the components that was an activist from his soul. From his soul. He will be remembered as an astute politician, one of the cleanest politicians in the ANC. Not a finger has been pointed at him throughout his lifetime in active politics when the ANC came to power. Although the arms deal, the so-called arms deal, became a problem in South African politics, at that point in time, the Minister of Defense was Mosiuoa Lekota. Yes? To date, no investigation is pointing one finger to Mosiuoa Lekota. He has proven that you can be an honest politician. He is right next to our Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, when it comes to cleanliness in politics. Mr. Lekota did not ambush anyone, anywhere, at any time. He is going to his grave this week. His soul has left his body, but he didn't sell the country. He did not sell this country. He is going with a lot of secrets to this grave so that the country which he fought to liberate with the last breath of his life do not go into chaos. to make political points, and which he would have been righteously allowed to do, he chose the stability of South Africa over petty politics. I shared quite a few of his political recordings on my Facebook page. And he boldly, when he was invited by President Ramaphosa recently, he boldly refused the invitation. He said he needed the president on an invitation to Robben Island. When they were going to Robben Island, President Ramaphosa told the security branch that it was Acharya Lekota that had tainted his consciousness with communist ideas. So Ramaphosa was let loose. He didn't go to Robben Island. And Acharya Lekota had to go to Robben Island. I'm not saying this, but Jessica, we got evidence. Years ago, when I was in COPE, we elicited evidence. I think we had a copy of the statement, the affidavit of Ramaphosa. We had it in our possession when he sold, big capital, black or red, whatever color you like. When Ramaphosa sold the struggle, same man who is the president of the country today, when he sold the struggle, we have his affidavit. So this is what happens in politics. You can be a sellout and a president of the same organization. This is how dirty politics is. But Acharya Lekota waded through the filth with absolute honesty and sincerity. Even today, his greatest enemies, political enemies, are paying tribute to him, which is very rare. The same people that opposed him. Even that same sellout president, I heard him. Acharya Lekota was not the co-founder of COPE. People are getting it wrong. And President Ramaphosa is also getting it wrong. He is the sole founder of COPE. He founded COPE in his individual capacity initially, and then we all joined him. We met him, Jessica, in 2008. That is where Jessica became my disciple in politics. She's my political disciple first. And now she's my spiritual disciple. Okay. Jessica was the regional secretary and I was the provincial executive member. I was co-opted straight from the ground into province in the third largest political party in the country. I was co-opted straight from the ground. I didn't go to region where Jessica was. Jessica, you saw me in region. I went straight to province. I opened my branch here in Reservoir Hills. We have photographs. I met Mosiuoa Lekota many times. Every time I met him, he gave me his card. He said, please, Shami, phone me. I never phoned him once. I follow protocol. And I don't believe the president, especially a man of Mosiuoa Lekota's stature, that anyone should violate protocols just to tell him hi. I never phoned him. Jessica, we had our convention in Maritzburg. I did not attend, but I was appointed in absentia as the provincial coordinator in my absence. And this is the third largest political party in the country. I was appointed in absentia. I had that relationship with President Lekota. We had an understanding that goes beyond human mental understanding. He knew my worth, I knew his worth. There was no need. He stayed, I think, over 10 times or 20 times, Satish? 10. He stayed over 10 times with Jessica and Satish. He chose. We had money in Coke. We had a couple of bars there. But he chose to stay with Jessica and Satish whenever he was in Durban. Even then, I could have made an excuse and went to visit Satish. Satish was still having his whiskeys at that time. But I didn't. I was meticulous in following all political protocols, even up to today. When I see President Zuma, I don't just walk up to him unless officially called. But we play a dynamic role in any institution that we are associated in. Going back to Mosiuoa Lekota, he left a national meeting to attend Shivaratri of the Sri Narayana Dham. He left a national meeting in Pretoria, Jessica. Jessica went up, he came down. Okay? And Jessica and that national executive, they watched the Shivaratri on Facebook Live. They postponed the meeting to watch that Maha Shivaratri at the Sri Narayana Dham. It was held at that point in time, we did not have our ashram. We had Maha Shivaratri at Kampara Convention Center. And whilst seated with him, I advised him to nominate Jessica as a premier candidate for COPE for the national elections. I asked him a very, very big thing, because we are still 30 years in our democracy, and to put an Indian face as premier for the third largest political party. Remember, this is not Minority Front, where Mrs. Rajbansi, she could put her face. It's an Indian party. This is not an Indian party. COPE was the third largest black political party at that point in time. And I advised him that on the basis of Jessica's loyalty to the organization, on the basis of her loyalty from regional secretary to provincial secretary, Jessica worked and worked and worked and worked in COPE. Although Satish was happy that he now had some freedom, but her loyalty was to her work up and down Bloemfontein. She was driving herself as well in the night as an activist. And this is what God watches. When you live in a country, don't only eat its fruits and put your jewelry on the neck. Get actively involved in the process of your country. If you can't be a politician, you can be a voter. If you can't be a politician, the only job you need to do is put an X on the paper. So I came to know of Acharya Lekota in the UDF days. Remember, I'm an activist from the age of 14. 4. My heart started bleeding for my country when I was 14 years old in the 1978 schools boycott. And I was well abreast of the news, whatever news we could glean. And I remember Mosiuoa Lekota leading the United Democratic Front in the apartheid days. And when the ANC came to power, I looked at two people that I believed and analyzed that could be presidents of this country. My first choice was Mosiuoa Lekota from the younger generation. Remember, there were very old people there. Mandela's generation and the next generation. So I looked at the next generation and I saw Mosiuoa Lekota had all the attributes to be a president of South Africa. Only ANC member loved by blacks. I'm saying only ANC member politician loved by blacks, loved by whites loved Lekota, loved by coloreds loved Lekota, and loved by Indians. He could walk into any racial gathering because he was a library of information. He was a library of information. He knew almost everything that is to be known as a politician. If you spoke about gold, he knew gold. If you spoke about green beans, he knew green beans. Whatever topic was there, and you can research. He was like the guru, or the guru is like him. No reading. No reading. He never read. And I have been invited for his funeral, Jessica, Satish and myself. We will be attending his funeral next week, and I think they have given me a slot to do the Narayana, to do a Hindu prayer. I'm going to do the Narayana mantra because he deserves it. When I'm going to his funeral, I'm not representing this ashram. I'm representing Lord Sriman Narayana. I'm representing God for this human being. He made a few mistakes towards the end. He was old. He was overwhelmed. He's a human being running a big organization like COPE. Remember, from the day he formed COPE, he had to fight internally. He had to look over his shoulder 24/7 and at the same time simultaneously run a political party and make an impact on the South African political demographics. You think that's an easy task? Like me in the ashram, every time Vasan comes here, I have to put a surveillance and see what he's coming here for. Whether his sister sent him to demolish me or whether he's really coming from his own side as a disciple. How hard my life will be. Smiley? How hard you think my life will be, Arnold? Every time Vasan hits this driveway, I don't know whether he's Nirvasan, Vasan, or Vasudeva Ramanuj Das. That's how Acharya Lekota's life was. He didn't know, beside a handful of us, Jessica, he didn't know beside a handful of us who was going to betray him next. And I think my next president, President Jacob Zuma, he did a good job in destroying COPE. He sent his undercover agents and they destroyed COPE from the day it took its birth. From the day it took its birth. There were more enemies in COPE than COPE loyalists. There were more enemies inside COPE as an organization than COPE loyalists. And here again, I personally played an important part, Jessica, when I went undercover. When COPE split, when the division started forming in COPE, which was the ANC strategy, they saw me as a formidable person to have on their side. Because every week in Durban, I was forming a branch. Jessica? Jessica only remembers the goat prayers of one of the branches that are formed. Nothing else. She forgot everything. I formed 49 branches in Durban. Alone. 49 branches in Durban. It was part of my mandate. I was a provincial coordinator, but also I was well known in Durban to bring in people to form branches for a new political party, especially Indians. Indians and politics is like oil and water. Yes or no? Indians love the fruits of politics. Indians love the fruit of politics, but they hate to water the political tree. They hate to water the political tree. Generally, Indians like other people to water the political tree, and then when the fruit is there, Nirali, walk under the tree and just take the fruit. I hope Indians change. I hope Indians change because Indians like to sit at home and complain about the lights, complain about the water. Because they did not vote, we are suffering. Because Indian in Durban did not vote, they did not want to water the political tree. There's no fruits. Because if you don't vote, you are as guilty as voting for a criminal. By not voting, you allowed criminals to go into the council, into provincial and into the GNU. You all put them there. You all know, I can see a lot of guilty consciousness here. I can feel, wasn't? They'll give you off, you'll take your off and go to the bottle store and put a cross there. But you won't want to put a cross where your life matters. Okay? So coming back, I was invited by the opposition, the breakaway group, and they were offering me a paid position. They were offering me a paid position. They saw my popularity in structures. That's where I am best in politics. That's where I am best in politics on the ground, on the ground. I can come to your house, have a cup of tea with you and convince you through our manifesto to join us. I'm not like Viswin Reddy. I can't go to parliament and hammer anyone, all right? But I can go to the spiritual parliament. This is my parliament. Yeah, I can take on anybody. Yeah, I can take on anyone. So I was offered. I did not inform a whole lot of people because we did not know who was who in the cope. In fact, one of my school friends, very close school friend, defected to the other side and he wanted me to defect. And I don't play the defection game. You all know my line is straight. But I informed Pete. At that point in time, COPE members were carrying guns. COPE members were carrying, the two factions were carrying guns and there was a lot of violence. And I wasn't a guru then, I was still eating my meat and enjoying my social life. So when I was invited to Ilangeni Hotel that time, Nirali, I was invited for supper. And I said, hey, meat or bullets? I chose meat. That's why I was there. No. I went there to see who is who. Remember, I'm a former policeman. I'm a former investigator. I worked 10 years undercover. I arrested thousands and sent them to Westville. So this was in my alley. It was part of my lifestyle. So I went, I listened, I had a good meal. And when I walked out, because I did not inform everyone, I was ambushed by the Lekota faction. They were waiting for me outside. My own people. My own people. When I came outside, there were about 10 cars, firearms, bush knives, whoops. They said, hey, this Charo sold us out. All right? But Lekota knew I was there, and Pete knew I was there. So this is the tribute I'm paying to a man where I risked my life. I knew anything could have happened. But for his principles, for his honesty and his truthfulness, I could risk my life. And I'm paying tribute to this great man. You are seated here. You don't know how many dynamic changes he made in this country so that you could be seated here and listening to me. This man spent 10 years on Robben Island. And there was no internet there. What you call this phone? Tablet. There was no tablets there. But he spent the 10 years productively. From wherever he could elicit information, he became knowledgeable. And Jessica said the other day, seated on my bed, he's knowledgeable like you, Guru. I don't know whether it's a compliment. You know, when Jessica says something, you have to analyze it. Not like Sati. Sati said, I'll take it straight. All right. And lastly, on this tribute, you know, Indians, when they see high-ranking leaders, they like to show their families how close they are to high-ranking leaders. So one of the businessmen invited President Lekota to Amshlanga. myself, Jessica, and President Lekota, we thought we are meeting businessmen. We thought we're meeting businessmen because in politics, you have to meet business people. We were in election time. We were in our municipal elections. Hey, I tell you, when we walked into this place, we got a shock of our life. Thank God I wasn't a guru that time. We were invited to a bikini modeling show. Imagine the COPE, national and provincial executive, and the seats were low, and these girls were high, and they had to walk from there, past us, past Mr. Lekota, and walk to the other end. And I was the national coordinator, provincial coordinator. Jessica was the provincial secretary, and we were ambushed into semi-nakedness. But Terra Lekota was unfazed. He was unfazed after the initial shock. After the initial shock, when he spoke of the clothing industry. He spoke on the fashion industry. He spoke about our factories being closed and how productive we were when we had factories in South Africa. He delivered a real research speech whilst watching bikinis. I'm serious. This is our friend. This could have been the most productive president of this country. Terra Lekota could have been the most productive president of South Africa. But everything is programmed. I said in this universe, nothing is a coincidence. Right now, Iran, America, it's already in the program. Already in the program. President Trump, already in the program. You saw they tried to assassinate him whilst he was electioneering, but he was saved because he is part of this program. His job is to damage this universe. Is he not damaging it? Yes, it is our collective karma. That's part. America took lead in our karma to damage this planet, and they have done a very, very good job. It's there already. It's computed. It's there in the Akashic records. The computer is already programmed. Nobody can change it. So nobody could change President Lekota. Nobody could change his dynamics. And when his time was to leave, he left us. We need to celebrate his years. We're going to say we have lost somebody very, very great, especially Jessica and myself, Satish. I spoke to Ntofo just now. Again, we were ducking bullets. Ntofo was with us when we were ducking bullets. And there's going to be a whole lot of memory when we go back. And for some reason, when I joined COPE, I started wearing kurtas. I wasn't a guru, never thought I'll be a guru. But I started wearing kurtas, those mini kurtas, for some reason. And everyone in COPE that knew me as a representative of the Hindu community. All right, I didn't go there to do that specifically, but that's how it happened. Go well, our President. We will always remember you, and this country is part of who you was. Our next topic before I go to the Bhagavad Gītā, or together with the Bhagavad Gītā, is the celebration that Sanatan Dharmis had. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? Holi. Celebration called Holi. And most of you will look at Holi as a burst of colors. But Holi is part of chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gītā. I'm connecting it because Prahlada Maharaj was a pure devotee of Lord Sriman Narayana. And his father was the greatest enemy of Lord Sriman Narayana. I want you to hear me very, very carefully. Prahlada Maharaj was a pure devotee of Lord Sriman Narayana. His biological father was the greatest enemy of Lord Sriman Narayana. Yes, in fact, his father Hiranyakashipu wanted to replace Lord Sriman Narayana. So you read in chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gītā where Arjuna does not want to fight his biological family. Yes? He does not want to fight his teachers. Yes? He's looking at his array of gurus. He doesn't want to fight his gurus on that side. He doesn't want to fight his grandfather on that side. Bhishma was his grandfather, and I'm going to go to Bhishma just now. I'm gone a little bit more modern. I think my granddaughter Shweta, she started using iPad before going to school. All right? And when she wants to know something, she said, I'll ask Google. Last I heard her saying, Aja, I'll ask Gemini. And Gemini told her everything about her bird, Lucky Singh, who's not here. All right? So for the very first time, I'm using an iPad, Shweta. I'm learning from you. I'm using an iPad. And I'm asking the Mahabharata. I'm asking the Mahabharata. Now I'm using iPad. I'm tired of these books. These books are in my room. They're on my headboard. They're all over. And they're also here. All these books are here. So I'm going technology. I'm a guru of the 21st century. I must go full technology. We're using all types of technology, including artificial intelligence. We'll also be using artificial intelligence. But when we're using artificial intelligence for my commentary or my explanation, then we're going to use it to facilitate and not to generate. We're going to use it to facilitate and not to generate, because we are picking up a lot of enemies as we're moving along. And these enemies later will accuse us of artificial intelligence. Guru is spiritual intelligence. And in spirituality, there is nothing artificial. In spirituality, there is nothing artificial. So last week, we said, and I said in the introduction, that before I conclude chapter 1, I need to prove. So Lord Narayana descended in the epic of Mahabharata as an avatar. What does avatar mean from Sanskrit to English? What does the word avatar mean? I know you went and watched many movies of it. Avir, did you watch Avatar? Okay. I think we also watched Avatar. I went with the children many years ago. Alright, what does avatar mean? From Sanskrit to English. Only you looking for it, Avir. Descent. What avatar means? Descent. Descent from where? Descent from where? Descent from the spiritual realm to the material realm. Where is Lord Narayana living all the time? In the spiritual dimension. That's where his abode is. That's where his abode is. And that's where I want to send all of y'all. I want to send y'all to the spiritual abode. I'm not here looking for masses. I'm here to send you back home. Back home. And this is why I am so strict. I don't want sheep. I don't want sheep. I want you to be ready to go back home. My job is to give you a boarding pass and a visa home. I'm a travel agency. The Narayan Travel Agency. Narayan Travel Agency. Those of you that are here, and I'm not asking you to pay for your ticket one time. Pay slowly for your ticket. So I also keep you here longer. I also keep you here a few years longer to train you, so when you go there, you know how to behave properly. And years ago, when I was in the police force, I was working with a German guy. His name was Jimmy Kutsurus. And he used to drive the police van very, very fast, which we should attend in progress complaints. That means something is happening somewhere and we have to reach there as quick as possible. And we used to, in Brea, you get these white people. I was a policeman in the apartheid time. 90 years old, but they're driving. You all remember those days? And slowly in any lane. Slowly in any lane. But white people are always disciplined. And in their areas, if they drove, younger people just indicate and overtake and gone. But Jimmy had a special word for them. Coffin dodges. These drivers, he had a special word for them, coffin dodges. And I never knew in 2026, after 30 years in the police force, I'll be calling. I have some coffin dodges here in the ashram. I kept them around. And if you want to be a coffin dodger, be faithful to me. Be faithful. Alright? Where your destiny wanted you to go, I changed it and I'm keeping you. Yeah. You understand? But when you leave here, and if you are in initiation, if you are faithful, if you are loyal, I have your visa for Vaikunth and I have your boarding pass. I have your boarding pass. Alright? So it's up to you. You know this universe is only suffering and suffering And suffering, no matter how much you can lie to yourself, is just suffering. You know that. Yeah, you carry on coming here. I'm building a stairway for you, bhai. I'm building a stairway for you. First practice the stairway to the ashram, and then the stairway is going to Vaikunth. I'm building the gross stairway for the subtle stairway on the other side. You'll never come back, guaranteed. You've been loyal, all right? You was brave enough. You even attacked your wife at this age. You're a brave man. You deserve a visa from the Guru. Any man that attacks his wife on this platform, visa is yours, guaranteed. All right, Avir? And Ram? Satish? Where's he? Okay, coming back. So if any member in your family is demonic and you know it, if a person in your family is unrighteous and you know it, the Bhagavad Gītā is saying you must call them out. What you must do? You must call them out. Like Prahlada Maharaj. His father was a demon. His father was against the Bhagavad Gītā. His father was against God. What he did? Huh? Yes. And God killed his father. Did Lord Narayana kill Hiranyakashipu or not? If you got even evil parents, or if evil parents got evil children, if you know your family is unrighteous, what you must do? If you know your family is unrighteous, what is the Bhagavad Gītā telling you to do? Don't go and physically take a knife now and chop their head. Break your ties with people that are of evil nature in your family. Start there. Start where? Where? Start at home. If you know your family is not following righteousness, break your association. That is the instruction of the Bhagavad Gītā. That is the instruction of God. And for those of you thinking, hey, Guru is sitting here, what did he do in his family? What did he do in his family? Then my brother, may his soul rest in peace. He was on the criminal side, and I was on the righteous side. And I'll give you a few examples. One day I went home where he lived, my mom's house, with a police car, marked police car, and him and his 4 friends were in the back pulling a pipe. And as I entered and I jumped off, he said, don't worry, that's my bro, Shami. Carry on pulling. I took all 4 of them, put them in the car, took them to Chatsworth police station and locked them. What I did? I detained my own brother. Then my brother and my sister's husband, to date, and I've been in the police force for many years. I had a law firm. I've been in this business for a many long time. I never saw Indian hijackers. Never, in my experience. I don't know about you. But my brother and brother-in-law, they became Indian hijackers. Brother-in-law had a gun, and him and my brother should hijack vehicles, sell the vehicle to a taxi rank manager there in Chatsworth for a couple of thousand and go and drug and drink. So one day I went to my brother's house. He had all types of food delivered to him and about 4 types of alcohol. And he said, "Bro, hey, you divorced now, your bro left you, you're puzzling, you're living the right life from the time I know you. I don't think you got a packet of cigarette on you. Look at my meat, yeah, I know you love meat. I don't think you ate meat and came. Look at the life I'm living. Why you don't join?" I went back home. I was divorced at the time. I was living at my mom's house. I phoned Captain Visa. I told you all about Captain Visa. We did investigations. He told me he was hijacking vehicles, and he gave me a name of a company that they hijacked, a company van. Whilst the investigation was being done, coordinated by Captain Visa, they hijacked another vehicle. And you know these hijackers, Jessica, or you know these criminals. They become complacent. They hijacked another vehicle and they were driving in Point Road, drunk. They got caught for drunken driving and later realized it was a hijacked vehicle. I had them locked up for all the hijacking. Who? My blood brother. Okay? So I've been living the righteous path. I do not allow unrighteousness. Not because I was spiritual. At that point in time when I was doing all of these things, I was an atheist. I did not believe in God. But I believed in righteousness. There's a difference when you don't believe in God, but you believe in righteousness. So my brother got locked up and my brother-in-law got locked up. They got detained. They found a way out. I left it. All right. And then when I became a guru, that same brother was caught for shoplifting. For some reason, he liked to shoplift braai meat. You know that big trays. So he should put it in his stomach, come out, sell it to somebody, go buy his drugs and carry on. So he was already convicted and suspended. So then he called me and I went straight after satsang. He called me, I went and I assisted him. I assisted him not to get detained. And then on Diwali day, as we have in satsang, immediately after satsang, he phones me again and he said, "I know you're going to be very angry, but I'm detained for the same thing again. And now I'll be going to Westworld." He phoned me, his wife phoned me, his daughter phoned me, and I made sure he goes to Westworld. That was recently when I was a guru. Very, very recently. So I am practicing what I'm preaching here. What I'm preaching, Jessica, you know, anyone I send to you, including my family, I tell them to plead guilty if they are guilty. And after they have pleaded guilty, we assist them. There's nothing wrong in that. Is there anything wrong? They assist the state by assisting themselves. But I am a legal mechanic. I can take any law and place it in such a way that I'll make sure there's a shadow of doubt in the prosecution. In law, if there's a doubt in criminal law, then there can't be a conclusive case. And I'm a mechanic of law. I can take from here and put there, take from there and put there and create the doubt. All we have to do from the legal side is to create a doubt. In civil law, it doesn't matter. But in criminal law, if there's a doubt, then the case is khalas, it's finished. But we don't do that. We don't do that because we want everything to be righteous. And we live in this Bhagavad Gītā. And I'm prepared. I know even one day Mataji can go against me. Even Mataji can go against me. But there'll never be anyone that can point a finger in anything that I did unrighteous from the day I became a guru. No one. Unless I'm doing it for the benefit of God and society. Jessica? Unless I am forced in an unrighteous position by circumstances which I cannot fix, and I'm doing it for God and the disciples, then I will do it. All of you understand? Otherwise, this Guru's hands are clean, legs are clean, feet is clean, because I can't sit here and teach you this Bhagavad Gītā if I have one grain of unrighteousness. That is why this set of devotees will always be small, because when you not complying, I don't want a fake. You know, one of my mother's sister and all of Mataji's sisters, one of my mother's sister and all of Mataji's sisters, they can hate you. They can hate you to bits. But as soon as they see you, hi, I love you, I missed you, and they'll hold you and they'll hug you. And as soon as you went there, they say rubbish inside, you know. Nirali, why is smiling? No, me, I can't play that game. If I'm with you, I'm with you. If I'm not with you, I'm not with you. So if you're a disciple here and you're trying to bluff me, hi, Guru, send me voice message, Guru, I'm missing you. I got a voice message from Yajvan. Narayan Guru, I'm missing you. Alright? You must come here for real changes. You must come here for real changes. Come here to change yourself. Here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity. The only opportunity in the world. Hear what I'm saying? I'm the only guru in the world you can sit and have a cup of tea with. I'm the only guru in the world you can take home and give me a cup of tea. Gurus are not doing that. I'm the only guru in the world that can sit with you in any dimension, anywhere, any time, any place. Because I'm confident of myself. I know who I am. Ashmika, your negative energy can't influence me. I'm not frightened. I'm not frightened. Gurus fright because they don't want to lose their energies. All that is bull. All that is bull. A guru is supposed to be in the dungeons. A guru is supposed to be bringing people from the dungeons. Guru should be with the unrighteous, not with the righteous. The righteous already are righteous. Why you need to be with the righteous? Guru need to be with the unrighteous and make them righteous. You understand, all of you? Yeah, so I want to go again. Last week, we dismissed the Bhagavad Gītā of Swami Prabhupada. Swami Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gītā is the most distributed Bhagavad Gītā in the world. Yes or no? We refuting, we saying that Bhagavad Gītā is false. Lord Shri Krishna is not the primal God. We refuting it. We saying this publicly. We saying this to ISKCON. We saying this to all the ISKCON followers around the world. Burn that Bhagavad Gītā because it is false. Then we said now, we need to prove it scripturally, legally. Who must prove it? Must the Guru prove it or must the scriptures prove it? So I'm proving it through the scriptures. Who must I ask? If Lord Krishna is an avatar or if Lord Krishna is the primal God, who I must ask? I must ask Lord Krishna himself. Who I must ask? I must ask Lord Krishna himself. I must find evidence from Lord Krishna when he was on this planet Earth. What did he say about himself and about Lord Narayana? Is that how it must be done? No, Lord Narayana didn't send him here. He is Lord Narayana. So let me explain this again. Lord Sriman Narayan, when he descends in Dwapara Yuga, when he descends in Dwapara Yuga, he comes in the form of a human being so that your eyes can see him. If he comes in a Narayan form, we cannot see him. We have material eyes. His form is spiritual. With material eyes, you cannot see spirituality. Yes or no? Yes, it's here. When he showed Arjuna his universal form, when he showed Arjuna his universal form at the battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna couldn't see it with his material eyes. He gave Arjuna divine sight. He gave Arjuna divine sight. So if Lord Narayan come and sit next to you, Avir, you won't know. Because you can't see. This frequency of the eye cannot. That frequency is very, very fine. This is gross frequency. With this gross frequency, you can only see gross things. And with spiritual frequency, you can see spiritual things. So if Lord Sriman Narayan is seated next to you, you won't know. Now to see Lord Sriman Narayan, he descends as Ram in Treta Yuga, so you can see him. You can see him. You can converse with him. Is it scientific? What I'm saying, is it scientific? Can you drink water in its subtle form? But does water exist in the subtle form? Is water present here in this room? Do you know we can take water from this room and convert it? We're calling that air. When steam that cannot be seen, there's steam here. This room is full of water. We can take that water out of the air and convert it and put it in a cup here from this room. Do you know that? Scientifically? Do you know that? Are you understanding that? Can you see that water? For you to drink that water, in what form must we put that water? In gross form. Yet it is the same water in subtle form. So we take the water in subtle form to be consumed by human beings. We turn it into gross form and we give it to you. Similarly, Lord Sriman Narayan is in the subtle form, you cannot see him. But for you to have an interaction with him, he descends in the avatar of Lord Ram and Lord Krishna. Is the steam and the water equal? Is that steam that we condense in the water, is it equal in quality? Yes, it's equal in quality. It's only in a different form. It's only in a different, because you do not have an apparatus in your human body. You do not have an apparatus in your human body to convert the water from the air into water. We have to do it materially. Similarly, because you don't have divine sight, then God has to descend in the form of an avatar. Same God, different form. Same God, different form. Can we say in the presence of water, can we dispute the steam? When we say steam, water exists in how many forms? 3 forms. Steam, liquid, and solid. Steam, liquid, and solid. It's the same component. 1 hydrogen, 2 oxygen, H2O. H2O. But it has 3 categories. It has 3 categories. Similarly, Lord Sriman Narayan has 10 categories of descent. How many? 10 categories of descent. We can say water has how many categories? 2. It's always water. When you freeze it, it becomes ice. When you heat it, it becomes steam. Can you say when you heat water, it becomes ice? Do you understand? That's what ISKCON is doing. That's what ISKCON is doing. It's mixing the properties of water. Now it is saying steam is water. It's mixing the categories of water. When water is boiled, it is steam. When God descends, he is Ram or Krishna. But in his original form, water in his original form is water. Water in a boiled form is steam. When it condenses, where it goes back? To water. When ice melts, where it goes back to? Original form of water is water. Similarly, original form of the Supreme Lord is Narayan. When he descends, becomes Krishna. Can you mix it up? Can you say original form of water is steam? You can't. Although it is still the exact same quality and quantity, when it is in a different phase, it has a different attribute. Do you understand? So this is, Arjuna would not have been in this delusion, Arjuna himself, because the Brahma Sutras show us, the Brahma Sutras, this is the Brahma Sutras, it shows us that whilst Arjuna was present, this compiler of the Brahma Sutras, who is Veda Vyas, was also present. At that time, this Brahma Sutra refutes what Swami Prabhupada did now. It is refuted 5,000 years ago because saints were doing the same thing all the time, giving false information, giving wrong information. It's refuted here. It's when the compiler, who is Vedavyas, who must you believe in any scripture? The compiler of the scripture or the reader of the scripture? Who you must believe? Compiler. Compiler refutes in the Brahma Sutra dualism. Compiler refutes in the Brahma Sutra dualism by another saint. The Brahma Sutra refutes all false philosophies. Brahma Sutra refutes all false philosophies 5,000 years ago. If I see any philosophy that was refuted by the Brahma Sutra 5,000 years ago, that is recent, 200, 500 years, do I have authority to refute them? Do I have legal authority, scriptural authority to refute anything that is not consistent with the Vedas? And what I must use? Can I say I had a dream last night that I must get up this morning and refute the Bhagavad Gītā of Swami Prabhupada? Lord Narayana told me. Who told me? Can I say that? But can I take the scripture and refute through this scripture that Swami Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gītā as it is false? Through this scripture? Yes, because this is how Sanatana Dharma operates. False philosophies, then original philosophy. So every time there's a guru born who will sit like what I am doing. Lord Ramanuj did this 1,000 years ago last. This was last done 1,000 years ago. He took all the information. Unfortunately, he did not have a tablet or iPad. He had to take all the palm trees, palm leaves, put it there. But he did a meticulous, absolutely meticulous job of providing this. This is from Lord Ramanuj. It took him 60 years to do this. 60 years to do this. I'm doing it in 60 minutes here. It took him 60 years. But you know what he did? Nothing is original of Lord Ramanuj. Nothing is original of Lord Ramanuj. Can you believe it? What he did? He did what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm refuting and nothing is original of mine. Yes? It's going through the disciplic succession backward. And Lord Ramanuj went through the disciplic succession backward until he landed at Veda Vyas. And whatever Lord Ramanuj refuted, he refuted on the basis of Veda Vyas, who is the compiler of the Vedas. And this is why I'm confident that no guru in the world has the capacity to refute what I am saying. I'm saying this. No guru in the world has the capacity of what I'm saying. Abir, head it in my discourse when you're sending it to YouTube. No guru in the world has the capacity to refute what Acharya Shyam Ramanuj is saying in this discourse. We must be confident, yes. If we are scripturally correct, must we be afraid of anyone? And I'm challenging the gurus. I am challenging all of ISKCON. All of ISKCON. That Bhagavad Gītā is false. So my way, I'm not going to go Lord Ramanuj's way. He already did all the challenging. He already did all the hard work. I'm just going to find the cherry on the top. You like the cherry on the top? Hey, Nirali, the way she did the mouth, like she imagined crushing a real cherry. Nirali? Nice chocolate cake with that big cherry on the top, Nirali. I said nice chocolate cake because I'm suffering. I haven't had a chocolate in 3 weeks. I'm drying out. I'm a sugar addict. I know. From sugar cane, not cocaine. I'm a sugar addict from sugar cane. I think the suffering is the same. I think the suffering is the same. Yes, I'm suffering. And because I need to complete the Bhagavad Gītā whilst I'm alive, I took on this suffering. I'm not having any sugar. No cane sugar. No cane sugar. It's a bit hard because I get cravings. Well, Jessica and Satish, they gave me a small relief. They said eat cheesecake. And my taste buds get confused in that tangy taste of the cheesecake with sugarless tea. Then I lie to myself and I survive another day. Anil, I'm counting my days. I think we need to open an organization, sugar addiction. But we have to make sure we say which sugar addiction. Alright? And it's heavy. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. And I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you. Because all these diabetic people, if the guru can make it, can't you? Right. Alright, so I'm trying everything out. You got low sugar. Yeah, I got brown sugar for you. Yeah, well, you suffered so much with the wife. How many years you told me? Yeah, you have to have low sugar, boys. You had Ram, how many years Bhai suffered? Huh? How many times he's saying it? See how brave he is. Avir? See how brave that Bhai is. Talk to him outside. Ask him, Bhai, how you became so brave? My knees knock whenever I want to think of my wife, and you can say it publicly. Talk to him, Avir. Be his disciple. Okay. So I'm going to give you the cherry on the cake. I said, if we need to know anything about God, can you believe that God has given us this answer? Who is the primal person? Who is the primal person? So how many of you know of Bhishma? Bhishma was the grandfather of both sides. He was the grandfather of both sides, the divine children and the non-divine children. Yes, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. He took an oath that he will be loyal to Indraprastha, which is New Delhi at the moment. But I think Prime Minister Modi is changing the name back to Indraprastha anytime. Alright? So he was loyal to the state. Like Acharya Lekota, we said, was loyal to his country. And he was not concerned about who ran the country, as long as he was loyal to his country. Alright? Then we get, he never married, Bhishma never married, he knew all the Vedas. He was self-realized and God-realized. Bhishma was self-realized and God-realized, but He was on the side of the Kauravas. He was on the side of the Kauravas, and he fell on a bow of arrows. But because of his righteousness, he could dictate when the soul can leave his body. Because of his righteousness, he had the opportunity when the soul could leave the body. So not any time you can go to Vaikuntha. Not any time. The system have to be in place so that your soul can traverse through the material coverings. There's many material covering. As we go in chapter 2, I want to do a scientific, I want to bring in quantum physics, atmosphere, stratosphere, hemisphere. All these are coverings on the in the universe. So when the soul leaves, it need to leave the universe when the alignment of the planetary system is conducive for the soul to go to Vaikuntha. So this is why he's waiting. Bhishma is now on a bed of arrows and is holding his life, or is preventing his death. And whilst he was there, Lord Krishna became, so throughout Lord Krishna's stay on earth, he was either happy or unconcerned. Happy or unconcerned, he was never sad. He was never sad. But when Bhishma is sleeping on this bed of arrows, he becomes despondent. He becomes despondent. And when Yudhishthira, which is Arjuna's brother, this is after the Kurukshetra war is over and the grandfather is sleeping on the bed of arrows, Krishna becomes despondent, and when Yudhishthira asks him, I never saw you in this state before. You are either happy or neutral. Why are you in this state of grief? And then he said, because the light that was shining is now dimming on planet Earth. And that light that was now shining, which is now dimming, is Bhishma, because his life is about to leave his body. And he had supreme knowledge. When knowledge leaves you, you go into darkness. Yes or no? When you get knowledge, what happens to you? Knowledge is light. Absence of knowledge is darkness. Yes or no? Like if you go in from here to a place that you don't know, Satish and Jessica will be fighting like cats and dogs. Yes, Satish? Jessica will say, Satish, I told you. Third left. Satish will say, Jessica, I told you I came here before thousands of times. Second left. Jessica will tell you, who's the boss in this family? And then there's another lady in the background Satish have to contend with, that GPS lady. He'll say, 100 meters, turn left. Now Satish is fighting with Jessica and the GPS lady. Satish? But once you put the GPS on, once you get your map, what happens to all the fighting? Because the light of knowledge has dawned onto you, you know where you are going exactly. They even tell you in how many minutes you'll be there. They'll even tell you there's traffic there if you can take an alternate route. Yes or no? That is knowledge. When knowledge dawns on you, no more Jessica or Satish fight. Both are quiet, mouth is shut, because now there's knowledge. You just follow the knowledge. Okay, do you understand? So this knowledge that was present on earth, that soul is living. Remember, the body cannot possess any knowledge. Whatever knowledge that you have, it is embedded in your soul or reawakened in your soul. This body can have no knowledge. Body can have no knowledge. Body is only a robot. It's only an instrument. It cannot have knowledge. Okay, are we understanding? So Yudhishthira asks 6 questions to who? Bhishma. And that 6 questions refutes the entire existence of ISKCON, its Bhagavad Gītā, and all its books. The answer to these 6 questions refutes the existence of ISKCON. So I'm just doing my job. I have nothing against dancing all over, Satish. Alright. I'm not doing this because of the dancing person. I'm doing this because what Lord Krishna witnessed. He was present when these 6 questions were asked, and the answers to these questions scripturally makes Krishna the avatar of Lord Sriman Narayana. So I did not use the Brahma Sutras. I'm not using all the Srimad Bhagavatams. I got 12 cantos here. I'm using Lord Krishna himself. Because the dispute is about Lord Krishna. And if Lord Krishna himself conclusively witnesses that his descent is from Lord Sriman Narayana, then we have made our case. Remember, this case can have no doubt. Like our criminal cases, Jessica, spiritual case can have no doubt. And I'm clearing all the doubt by bringing Lord Sri Krishna himself as evidence. Who I'm using as evidence? Lord Sri Krishna himself. Now let's hope I find it. Thank you, Jessica, for this tablet. I can now fight ISKCON. My glasses? Oh. Thank you, Shanita. You saw she walked in here like an optician gangster. Bounce, came here, took my glasses. Like taking a firearm, checking the magazine, putting on the bullets, and giving my firearm back. You also? Okay. So Lord Krishna asked Bhishma to answer the 6 questions. And the first question number 1, I'm not going to read it in Sanskrit, read it in English. Who is the greatest Lord in the world? When we say world, we mean the entire world. Right? And the answer is, he who is the very sanctity, which sanctifies all sacred things, semicolon, he who is the most auspicious, semicolon, he who is the gods of gods, semicolon, he who is the eternal Father of all creatures is the one God dash Vishnu. Where is Lord Krishna at this point in time? Lord Krishna asked Yudhishthira to ask Bhima the 6 questions that he wanted to ask. Lord Krishna is standing right there. If Swami Prabhupada was right, if ISKCON was right, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was right, if the 6 Goswamis was right, what Lord Krishna is supposed to do? Cyril, he's standing there, and it was said to him in front of him that the Father of everything, the eternal Father of all the worlds, is Vishnu. Where's our Vishnu? Vishnu is babysitting. I warned him one day he will have to take care of his baby. Ask him when he comes in. And it happened in the ashram. At least Vishnu will say ashram works. Question 2. Who is the one refuge for all? Question 2. Who is the one refuge for all? Where is Lord Krishna? Standing next to him. Who he is asking? Bhishma. Can you picture the scene? And what Bhishma is saying? He who is the great effulgence, he who is the great controller, he who is the supreme all-pervading truth, semicolon, he who is the highest param goal, dash Lord Vishnu. Again, I'm asking a question, but I want to do it properly. Who is witness to this? Who is saying this? Who is saying it to? Yudhishthira. Then question 3. By glorifying whom can man reach auspiciousness? Again, by glorifying whom can man reach auspiciousness? And the answer, question 3, the Supreme Purusha, who is the Lord of the world, comma, who is the God of gods, full stop, who is eternal, who is the best among all. One should always glorify that Lord Sri Mahavishnu by chanting his 1,000 names. Again, Lord Krishna is a witness. Bhimsa is the speaker, and Yudhishthira is getting the knowledge. That was question number 3. Question 4. By worshipping whom can man reach auspiciousness? Answer to question 4. By meditating upon, comma, by worshipping, comma, and by prostrating at that same Purusha, man can reach true auspiciousness. Question 5. What is, in thy opinion, the greatest dharma? Again, answer. By doing japa, question 5. Okay. Answer to both and question 6. By doing japa of what can creatures go beyond the bourne of samsara? So 5 and 6 is answered together. And the answer is, the greatest dharma is the one Vishnu who has neither a beginning nor an end, the supreme Lord of the world. He who regularly glorifies the knower of the world. Okay? So, have we made a case, a legal scriptural case? Can anyone, any part of the world, can any guru, anywhere in the world, dispute my refutation that Lord Sri Krishna is the primal God? Because if Lord Sri Krishna himself is stating that in his primal form, he is Vishnu. Supreme means what? Can anything be more supreme than supreme? Supreme, supremer, supremest. Well, that's what ISKCON is saying. That's what ISKCON is saying. Can we allow these books to be in circulation around the world? Is this part of Arjuna's confusion where he drops his weapon, he doesn't know what to do, and he falls to Krishna in a fainting condition? Has these false philosophies not part of the confusion that is discussed in the Bhagavad Gītā? Yes or no? Had Arjuna not been influenced by false philosophies, false traditions, and false cultures, had he known the absolute truth of the Bhagavad Gītā by Veda Vyas, would Arjuna have been in this condition? Would he have spoken about mixed marriages? Do you understand? So what is Arjuna's failure? When he falls, when he says, God, I cannot make it anymore. I cannot understand. I cannot fight my people. I cannot fight my grandfathers. I cannot fight my teachers. Does he say teachers? Which spiritual teachers are they talking about in the Bhagavad Gītā? Swami Prabhupada, is they talking about him? ISKCON, are they talking about them in the future? Yes. All false information, all false ashrams, all false followers is addressed in the Bhagavad Gītā. And this is why at the conclusion, today I'm concluding chapter 1. At this conclusion, I am refuting the Bhagavad Gītā as it is by Lord, by Swami Prabhupada. I'm refuting the Asantya Veda philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because if you go on Google, and if you go and Google Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and if you go and Google the Gaudiya Sampradaya, you'll find the founder was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the 1600s. And who's the founder of the Sri Sampradaya? Lord Narayana since creation. Who you must follow? Somebody that created something in the 1600s, or the original book and manual for humanity? Which one you must follow? Do you understand? And the name Gaudiya is a place in Bengal. This is Lord Narayan's classroom. The whole universe is Lord Narayan's classroom. whole universe is Lord Narayan's classroom. Gaudiya Sampradaya, Gaudiya is a speck in this universe that you won't be able to see from the context of the universe. Smiley, you enjoyed the discourses? Smiley? When these Krishnaites come for the Guru, I'm phoning Smiley. And Smiley don't have to fight. There are thousands of them, they'll be full. Yeah, Smiley, I'll put you on a big screen. Just give them that smile. Smiley? Melt these people with your smile. I'm using Smiley as a weapon. I'm using Smiley as my weapon. When these people know Smiley, they can't come to me. They have nothing to come to me. You all agree? Should we even entertain them? But we can refer them to Scripture. And I want to inform you that from the time I started the campaign against ISKCON's false scriptural authority, Google no longer recognized them as an authority in Sanatan Dharma. I need a round of applause from you. Because any time you go and you want to find out something from Sanatan Dharma, Google was sending you to ISKCON. Now find out about Sanatan Dharma, Google is not going to ISKCON. That means they're listening to the Guru's discourse. And I told you all, the CEO of Google, Pichai, maybe I found it. Huh? Jessica? Maybe I had a conversation. No. But I'm grateful that we are now, they are no longer experts on Sanatan Dharma. And I want to conclude by saying, I don't have a problem with any organization, any institution that is out there. I don't have a problem with Shaktism. I don't have a problem with Shaivism. I don't have a problem with Christianity. I don't have a problem with Judaism. I don't have a problem with Islam. I don't have a problem with any religion. I only have a problem if you tell me you are Sanatan Dharma and you are not. Do you understand? I only have a problem if you say you are Sanatan Dharma when you are not. Then I'm going to come after you like a ton of bricks. And my ton of bricks is the knowledge. I'm coming to you with knowledge. And go and Google and go see anywhere in the 21st century. Lots of people have been fighting with ISKCON. I'm not the first. Remember, Swami Prabhupada couldn't kickstart this in India because in India people know Vishnu is. In India people knew. He tried for 8 or 9 years. He went to America where people don't know the meaning of Vishnu, Krishna, Ram, anything. He convinced people who had no previous knowledge. Do you understand? And that has caused a frequency imbalance in the universe today. And we need to rectify. When we say the Maha Mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mantras are sonic. What does that mean? Mantras are sonic. They sound. They need to go somewhere. They need to go somewhere and come back with a result. If we say a mantra, it must go somewhere and come back with a result. Like the frequency on your radio, 99.9 FM. When you dial that frequency, it is a sound mantra, yes or no? That frequency need to go to the radio station and bring a broadcast to you, yes? That frequency must go to that particular radio station and reward you with the broadcast. Vishnu, if you listening to East Coast radio early in the morning on your way, tomorrow if you want off, I'll give you a paid off because you are very tired. From 5 children, first time in your life, you carried a child for 1 hour. If you are tired, see, all of them are shocked. They've never been carried in their life. I'll give you off. Fully paid off. That 1 hour must have really tired Vishnu out. Alright, Vishnu? So if you put East Coast radio, what the radio must reward you. The broadcast, what they are broadcasting. If you put a frequency on no radio station, can you get a present? Now you can understand why they're still dancing. Can you understand why they're still dancing? To catch the frequency. They'll never catch the frequency no matter how much they dance, because that is not the Maha Mantra. The Maha Mantra is Om Namo Narayana. Maha means what? See, both of our names are Vishnu. Sean's name is Vishnu and my name is Vishnu. Yes, my Rasi name is Vishnu. But my Rasi name is Mahavishnu. What Maha means? You can see I'm higher than Sean. Maha means the highest. So the Maha Mantra must be on whose name? In which form of his? In his highest form. Yes? Does it make sense? So the Lord's name in his highest form must be the Maha Mantra. And as I said last week, I perused all the Vedas. When it came to Maha Mantra, I did not find the Hare Krishna, Maha Mantra. Alright, they turned it around. But I found a mantra which is Hare Rama, and then that mantra goes to Hare Krishna. Okay? So I'm taking my time and I'm explaining to you that if the frequency is not right, you cannot be liberated. I'm going to go through quantum physics and I'm going to show you why nobody in ISKCON was ever liberated. People died, but they're coming back. They are here and there. Alright? They can't be liberated if the knowledge is incorrect. And the supreme knowledge means no mistakes anywhere. Alright? So there is, I stated this before, I just want to conclude again, I'm stating it now again. There are how many authorities in Sanatana Dharma? 3 authorities, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gītā, and the Brahma Sutras. Then I said this knowledge is eternal, is the essence of the Creator. Nobody authored it. Nobody authored it. It cannot be authored. The essence of God, the essence of the Creator cannot be authored. All right? This knowledge is in the trees. This knowledge in a marigold black seed. Is the knowledge of the marigold tree and flower there? You understand? So just like that, in the universe, this universe is functioning on the knowledge of the Creator. Is functioning on the knowledge of the Creator. Entire universe is functioning on the knowledge of the Creator. That knowledge is eternal. What does eternal mean? Cannot be changed. That knowledge will be the same all the time. So there will be a debate. The Brahma Sutras is recognized in the Bhagavad Gītā. The Bhagavad Gītā is recognized in the Brahma Sutras. Which came first and which came second? In eternality, there's no first and second. We look at first and second because we use time. In eternality, there's no, it's just there. It is just there. Do you understand? All of you understand? So I hope those of you that are present, this knowledge that I'm giving you, it is changing your attribute of consciousness. It is cleaning you up. You are like Sean's overall. Sean, Vishnu in the back, you also is overall. Alright, I think first time you'll see him or second time. Generally he come full of grease. So this discourse is washing your grease from your soul, which is called the ego. This discourse, every week when you come and hear me directly, we washing the grease from your soul until there is no grease. When there is no grease, I won't kill you and send you to Vaikunt. Stick around with the Guru. Stick around with the... Mango has not spoken a single word today. Mango has not greeted the Guru, and Mango has not said a single word today throughout the discourse. Mango did not help me to test my mic. I think ISKCON has changed him. Mango? Mango? Okay. So we're going to celebrate Holi. When you celebrate in Holi, I want you to take it personal. And I want you to fight unrighteousness with your powders. Be a principled person like Acharya Lekota. He was not a religious person. He was not a spiritual person. You ever saw him running from church to church? Jessica? No. But he was a human being with very high human qualities. When you die, get a tribute like Lekota. You don't have to be spiritual or religious to be righteous. You don't have to be spiritual or religious. You don't need to know. When you jump in the aeroplane, how many of you went and opened the door and said, I want to see the pilot? Yes, sir. You don't have to know how God looks, how He moves. You just need your journey to be smooth. You just need a smooth journey. What the Guru is saying here and what the Guru is showing through these books, you don't need to have the Brahma Sutra. You don't need to have the Bhagavad Gītā. You don't need to know how many hands Lord got. Don't need to know all that. Just be righteous. Just be righteous. And that is all God wants from you. To be righteous. Be like that 5-year-old Prahlada Maharaj. 5-year-old Prahlada Maharaj. Because of his righteousness, he later became the emperor. Alright? But be like him. Anything that is unrighteous, don't leave it for tomorrow. Anything that is unrighteous, don't leave it for tomorrow. Jessica, if Satish left the spoon somewhere where you didn't like it, don't wait for 10 times he left the spoon where you didn't like it. Then one day, when he left the knife where you didn't like it, you took off about the spoons. Tell him same time. Tell him. When you tell him same time, what happens? You're not carrying anything with you. You're not. Our problem in relationships is what? Huh? Ram is happy. I said our problem in relationship is what? And Ram is going one way like this. I don't know. I'm just a commonsensical person, Ram. When you see this. But I saw on TikTok, they had 2 photographs. One of a male bird and a female bird, and one of a man and a woman. Both, and they said men are really suffering in the world. On one side there was a female bird making quick, one way. You couldn't hear the sound, and one side there was a female. You can see both the bird's mouth and the female's mouth going. Alright, and they said men are really suffering in the world. Huh? Ram? See, after Ram met his guru, he can talk. Ram? Okay, are there any questions? So please use this Holi like New Year's. Don't keep anything in you. Prahlada was a 5-year-old boy. He never waited to be 20 to bang his father. Huh? He started attacking his father with every wrong as it happened. He never waited to be an adult. So don't wait for your problems to accrue to such an extent that when you talk about it, it's a problem. If you don't like something today, fix it today. Doesn't matter what the collateral damage, but the result will always be better than when you kept it. Nirali, if you want to swear anyone today, go home, pick up the phone and say, my guru said I must tell you. Please don't add any extra, Nirali. I'm saying just that problem, don't add on it. Just that problem. And I do it all the time. You can ask my children, you can ask Mataji, you can ask Vasan, you can ask the devotees that's close to me. If somebody moved me, then the next convenient second, I'm handling it. I'm not waiting with you in a bathroom. I'm not waiting you doing your puja. I'm not waiting for. If you did something to me that was unrighteous, I address it immediately. So that should be our Holi, alright? That throwing of the messing each other up is happiness, is festivities, alright? I thought it's going to coincide with the soul, but we'll explain it. When everybody is colored up, we are all the same, alright? But we can make out one difference. We'll find Smiley. We'll find he'll be the only person colored but smiling. Otherwise we'll all be looking the same. Even Satish with his bald head. I won't make him out an animal. All right, I won't know. But besides Smiley, we need to lose our identity. That is why we throw colors on each other. We need to lose our ego. Okay? We need to lose our ego. When your daughter go home, she fights with you, I know. I feel it, yeah? Say, I'm Nirali. Then you just tell her, Holi. That's it. Naveen, where you? If Nirali takes off with you, your code word is Holi. That's all. No long kathas, don't make her watch this whole discourse again. Just say Holi. Because in Holi, when we are all colored, we are the same. We are equal, we are identical, and we same. We are busting our egos. Alright? You think it is scientific? You think it's nice to have some fun like this? Yes. We are all exerting spiritual energy when we do it. Alright? And remove the negative energy. Go home and solve problems. Phone people and solve problems. Don't keep any problem in abeyance. Jai Shriman Narayana.